Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Today we're going to be talking about self-care. Now, I think self-care is important no matter who you are, no matter what you do. It's just a good idea to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, then you can't take care of others. It's also just a show of respect for yourself to take care of yourself. So today we're going to be doing just a walk alone. Sometimes taking some time to yourself can feel selfish, and it really shouldn't. You should just take time for yourself. One way to do that and to actually get some more benefits, if you're the person who's like, I can't take time to myself, that's crazy, I don't have time for that. Let's say, well, I'm going to take a walk by myself because then you're getting the benefits of a little bit of exercise, benefits of sunshine, benefits of fresh air. And it's just nice to take that time and maybe just reflect, or just look around nature or architecture if you live in a city. Whatever. Find a place where you can go, be by yourself and walk. See, I have an advantage. We live out in a more rural area, so I can just walk out my front door and take a nice walk down a dirt road. And because I've lived in this area for most of my life, I have a lot of memories here, and I'm going to share some of those with you. These two pine trees are very special to me. But you see, when I was little, it had to be between the ages of 6 and 11. My grandfather would bring me out here because he lived right down the road, and he would bring me and two of my cousins out here, and he had tied a cable between these two trees, and then he had a cable coming off of this tree, and we would climb up this embankment. And I know it's not very high, but it is when you're not very old. So we would climb up this embankment, and then we would get back there and run and jump over the cable down to the ground. Now, a few years after that, after he died, my cousins and I would still come over here, and the cable was gone across the trees and the one from the tree, but we would ride our bikes. We would get into the woods over there, ride our bikes through over here, and jump off this embankment with our bikes, and that was a lot of fun. And me and my parents walked this trail so much that I actually had dreams about it a lot. I was so little, I was so tiny, that I would get really tired. And so at some points in the walk, I would be between them holding their hands, and I would pick my feet up and they would get mad, but I'd be like begging them to tote me down the road like that. So we're coming up on another place that holds a lot of memories for me. So yeah, I just got a call from my daughter because taking time for yourself, sometimes it involves, you know, leaving your phone behind or all that. But when you have autistic kids, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be, you know, where somebody can get up with you. So I do have my phone. I'm not going to deny them a chance to get in touch with me if they need me. And that's another thing, you know, when taking care of yourself, you do need to make sure that everybody else is good. It's important, but it doesn't mean sacrificing your own welfare for others. So I just spotted this like mushroom formation over here, and I'm gonna get down in this ditch so that I can show you real good. Hold up. And you can see it coming out down here too. Isn't that cool? Okay, so out of the ditch. Like I said, we're coming up on another place, and it looks completely different than it used to because of erosion. But, alright, so this is another very large embankment. It's taller than I am. And what we would do is we would climb up here. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it from being so bright, but the sun is literally right over there. Alright, so we would climb up this embankment right here. And then we would cross over this ledge past this tree and sit on this ledge over here. And my papa would come down here with us, my grandfather would come down here with us, and we would do that. And some of us would climb down, and some of us would find a place to jump that wasn't quite so high. And it was just a lot of fun. There's a lot of moss up there. It was a nice place to sit and play. Sometimes we would bring like our Transformers down here, or G.I. Joes, and play, you know, just whatever. Have a lot of fun. This is the hill that I just absolutely love. Just my entire life. Like, I see this hill and I think home, because it's, in my mind, so iconic. You know, it's just a dirt road, hill. I mean, it just screams Alabama. There's embankments on both sides, trees, and the sun coming through the trees, because the embankments are so high and the trees on both sides, you get that dappled light almost all day long. So that's why it means so much to me, because there are a few places where you're going to get that kind of lighting all day. Now look at the root system on this tree here. You don't normally get to see that, but because of where it is, you can even see the roots down here. So cool. Up the hill, I'm not going to go all the way up the hill, but up the hill, there's a house that my aunt and her 2 kids lived in for a while. It's like a rental house, and I remember going in there, going over to see my cousins and playing mostly TNC Surf Design, maybe some Mario, and Tiger Heli a good bit, which I stink at. I'm not good at flying games at all. And you know, it was just, we had a lot of fun. And then later they moved, and another one of my cousins moved in there for a little while. So I'm surrounded by my family out here, which is nice. But I'm coming down this way. Don't normally walk down this way with the dogs because our neighbors have dogs and they just bark at each other, and that's a lot to ask of some kids with auditory processing disorder. So we got to where we don't walk down this way anymore because it just causes too much noise. Alright, so in this area here, used to be several huckleberry bushes. They're related to blueberries, and every year my parents and I would come down here and pick huckleberries and eat them, and just, I would eat so many. I would eat probably twice as many as I put in the bucket. And our neighbor owned them, and he, you know, gave us full permission to do that. But he doesn't live here anymore, but he does like rent the place out, so I'm not gonna show the house or anything. You might be able to hear the dog barking at me. Anyway, you know how I was saying that I have like dreams of this area? I'm showing you the exact image that it looks like in my dreams. Just walking down this area. Now, when I was little and we walked down here, there weren't houses down here, so I'm gonna stop before we hit the houses. But yeah, it looks just like my dreams. So I'm at another area I'm gonna show you, and this is just a ditch. But it's a very important ditch. See, every spring this ditch floods, and it stays flooded until late spring. Now, my papa, same grandfather, every year would bring us down to this ditch, and we would bring a pail or two, like a 5-gallon bucket, and we would catch tadpoles, take them home. Now, he would keep a lot of them in his backyard and we could watch them, but I was always allowed to bring some to the house, and I had this barbecue pool, and it looked just like a below ground pool. It had like a decking, and the pool area had a slide, and I don't know, for some reason I wasn't allowed to have it inside anymore, or I had messed up something about it or something. I don't remember why, but it was outside instead of inside. I think partly because it was a mess with the water and everything. I wasn't allowed to play with it inside, but you know, I also wasn't allowed to keep it inside at this point, but I don't remember why. So I had it outside, and I would every year put these tadpoles in the Barbie pool and watch them evolve and then jump away as teeny tiny little frogs. And it was always so cool. So I really enjoyed that every year. And now every year I bring my kids down here and we look at the tadpoles and watch them evolve as we come down here every day. I don't keep them in the yard anymore because I don't really have a place. So I'm gonna head back home. It's been a wonderful, lovely just time to myself. The trees are beautiful this time of year. It's nice and cool. And I just want to show you that gorgeous view right there. Alright, so thanks for walking with me. Take care of yourself. I'm going to be trying to do a little self-care video every month, and see how it goes. It's nice to do something for yourself, and if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, hit the notification bell so you know when we put out new videos. If you want to help support us making videos, you can always go to my Patreon page, links in the description. Follow me on social media. Leave a comment down below. Tell me how you take care of yourself. What do you do to take a little time for yourself? I'd love to hear what you do, because, you know, maybe I can incorporate it and show how I would do it. Yeah, I'm straight up stealing your ideas. I'm not gonna. Alright, so, whew, this has been good for me. Just to get out from there and take a little time to myself. But now I'm a lot more relaxed. I'm gonna go home and have some lunch and See you in the next video. Bye.